Welcome to the Military Spouse Appreciation Day Kitchen. Today we are going to talk about our military spouses in action and give them some tips on how to balance out the many things that they are faced with in this unique lifestyle. I know as a military spouse of 15 years to my active duty soldier and the mother of 3 kids that sometimes even the simplest of things get forgotten. And one of the things that we're going to talk about today to hopefully help you balance out your daily activities is doing some freezer meals. What? Freezer meals? Why do we want to do that? I don't know about you, but even though I'm a stay-at-home mom, I'm rarely at home. And there's often times when I get home, it's 4 o'clock and I don't know what's for dinner. Try explaining to 3 hungry boys that we don't know what's for dinner and you can get some serious crazy looks at you. So what we're going to do today is we're going to give you some tips on freezer meals. It's going to benefit many people, the busy people, the people who maybe don't like to cook very much, like some of my friends, or just people that are busy in general. And military spouses are busy. Sometimes they're that married single parent while their husbands or wives are far away, or even just working late. We have many military spouses who are going to school, who work full-time in the home. I don't know, when my kids were little, I know there were many times that I was home all day and still came at 4 o'clock and wondered where my day went and what was I going to feed my kids for dinner. Freezer meals don't have to be complicated. So what we're going to show you today is just some simple ways to prepare some meals ahead of time. So that way on those days when you forget or you want to have something already in plan, or you're being the mom or dad taxing everybody around, you'll have options to still have a good meal and to try to avoid that drive-through that is costly and not always as healthy for our families. So, what do you need to do freezer meals? Well, first of all, you need a kitchen, and so that's what we have. And then these are just some different items that you can use. We have baggies, Ziploc baggies. You want to definitely use the kind that are freezer, because they're a little bit thicker and you won't get as much freezer burn. Hopefully you won't get freezer burn at all. But you don't have to go out and buy super complicated vacuum sealers. Freezer bags will work just as well. You can also use just plastic containers. If you notice, mine are Christmas colors. You have to love clearance. So it doesn't have to be expensive. Utilize what resources are available for you. So I got these containers for less than $1 and they were 2-pack. So freezing your meals doesn't have to be complicated. Some people don't like aluminum. We understand that. So there's numerous different things that you can use as well. This is one of my Tupperware containers that goes into the freezer. You can wrap your stuff in cling wrap or aluminum foil. Freezer paper, wax paper, parchment paper. And I'm going to show you as we go throughout the rest of this video some of those tips that and how you can use some of these different things. And of course, you can get most of this stuff at the dollar store for very, very cheap. And then also you need to have something to mark your packages with. I don't know about you, but I would be more scared if I opened my freezer and I didn't know what was all wrapped up in there. So if you're using Ziploc baggies, you can write right on them. If you want to write right on these, you can certainly do that, but I would recommend using something as simple as masking tape, which is fairly inexpensive as well, and some Sharpies. Who doesn't love a good Sharpie in the house? I'm addicted to Sharpies. Alright, so what we're going to do is I want to give you guys some tips, and we'll have handouts as well, and some recipes, and a little booklet that we're going to pass out to everybody. But I wanted to show and demonstrate at least 3 different types of meals. One that will cover breakfast, one that will cover lunch, and one that will cover dinner. So how exciting, you can have a whole day's meals in your freezer just at the edge of your fingertips. But before we get started on what I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you some extra tips.